Welcome everybody to another edition of Gamez Newz Now. A very broken edition because after I updated OBS to, I guess, version 32, everything broke, including my Stream Deck. Go figure. So that's how I'm turning it off now. Everything broke, so I can't use right now because I was just gonna start doing this video, which I am very late on today on recording this news, and big breaking news, unofficially OBS version 32 point, let me see what it is officially, version 32, okay, it's not even point, it's version 32 of OBS Studio has broke my use of the Stream Deck. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a patch or something for that eventually, but it also broke like some transition that I can't figure out what broke, and a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of just not so good stuff not working. And I'm worried about, I want to do, luckily today's Wednesday as I'm recording this, but Thursday, tomorrow, I want to do some stuff. I want to record some stuff because we got the Tokyo Game Show going on, and we got, other major probably announcements. We got, Sony doing stuff, a bunch of that stuff, and Xbox, Microsoft. And Friday I got my stream, and I'm guessing I'm going to have to do not a rollback, but I'm going to have to uninstall version 32 of OBS and I've already downloaded a previous copy of it and everything else, and I'm going to have to set it all up one by one from scratch. Not that it's a bad thing, because I could always, it's not like I don't know what to do, and I do have my settings saved for my scenes. I don't know if my sources are going to be saved. Fingers crossed if this works or not. We'll find out. But I'm betting I got to fix everything else, and then I'll just wait. I'll wait for a very long time before I update OBS again, because every time I seem to update OBS, something breaks. Something goes wrong. I know it's an open source thing, and I know there's people just, working on it and stuff, but they got to be a little bit better at compatibility. I got to pat my mouth here. I'm getting all riled up here. I'm foaming at the mouth here. So everybody, big breaking news. Watch out for OBS version 32. If you have not already, good luck at trying to fix all your settings and stuff and getting it to work, because like I said, my Stream Deck ain't working for anything. It's all a bunch of triangles. So anyhow, welcome to the show. We're going to kick it off this show with Pocket Pair's latest Palworld game. Oh my god. This was just announced by Pocket Pair. This was after Nintendo announced the whole Pokemon, what was it called? Pokemon, I'm trying to read where it is now. Go figure. So like I said, everything's screwing me up. Pokemon, Pokemon, I'm trying to look at it. I was just reading it like 2 seconds ago. Oh, this news is already going down the drain here. This is in real time, folks. Wow. Am I not getting it right now? Oh my god, did it just go down the drain? I think it went down the drain. Everything's going down the drain. Everything's going down the drain. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I had to couldn't read for a second there because everything was going crazy. I was wondering if OBS was crazy enough to break something else. But no, Pokemon Pokeopia was announced a little whiles back. But now, like I said, Palworld announcing Palfarm. Holy cow. I bet you Nintendo, like everybody's saying, I bet Nintendo is going, what the fuck, Palworld? Or should we say a Pocket Pair? What are you guys doing? And I wonder if Nintendo's going to try to do legality stuff with this thing, even though neither game is released yet. They both announced it not too far from each other because Palworld Palfarm just got announced not too long after that. So they were working on something like this for a while, just like I guess Game Freak was working on that Pokopia game. But as I look at this Palworld game for Palfarm, it looks pretty damn cool. It looks really good with the graphics compared to the graphics of Pokopia. The things you can do in Palfarm look really cool. Plus, the Pals got chainsaws. Oh, yeah. I don't think you get chainsaws in the Pokopia game. No. But they got chainsaws in Palfarm and probably a lot of other great things. So I am very interested in this game. It's coming out on Steam only first. No announcement for consoles or anything yet because, they want to release it on that platform first because they know that's where they're going to make the money from first, and then they'll start releasing it to, like, Xbox. And I'm sure they're definitely going to release the Xbox first like they did the last time, and maybe even PlayStation right away because they knew people were wanting it. But I will probably get it. I might get the Steam version. I don't know. Maybe I would like to wait for the Xbox version or the Xbox/PC Xbox version of the game because, me, achievements. But I might splurge to get this on Steam first just to try it out, depending on what it's going to cost when it does come out. And it's supposed to come out next year sometime. There's no actual official date to this yet, but it looks really cool. I know Nintendo's going to get upset about it, just like Palworld, which they're still in litigations with. And even during that, and this is like a double news story with the same thing, because this is all around the Palworld, Pocket Pair, Paltopia, the Palfarm thing going on versus the Pokopia. Oh my God, I can't say that too much. Pokemon Pokopia. Holy shit, that's hard to say. Already people out there with their, like they're saying, these so-called Nintendo diehards out there, these people that want to protect Nintendo from all those bad people and people wanting to make things similar, even though these games were probably made at these games are being made at the same time, and it's not like Pocket Pair knew way ahead of time that Pokopia was going to be made and they were just making it. So I don't think Nintendo has a case on this one because they are announcing it. That's why a lot of people were saying, well, they must have not wanted to wait to announce this game, but they're announcing it now because they don't want another Nintendo legality lawsuit against them if they put this thing out down the road, because they know it's so close to what Pokopia is going to be like. But they're going to have chainsaws and probably a lot of other great stuff. So they announced it early. They put out the video of the game and stuff. And already, like I said, these so-called Nintendo people are going crazy already, saying, oh my God, they're copying Pokopia already. Oh my God, they can make a game in less than a week. And it's like, no, they can't just make games in a week or so, And what is his name? The Pocket Pair Community. Okay. It's the now Pocket Pair Communications Director and Publishing Manager, John Buckley, who became the face of the company for Western fans, has issued a response on social media saying the tinfoil hats are out in force. A certain percentage of silliness and grumpy people, meaning Nintendo's super diehard fanboys. I can understand if you're a diehard. I was a super diehard Xbox fan. I still am, in a way. I still want all the games to come out on Xbox, or I should say Xbox for PC now, because I'm slowly trying to get away from just the Xbox hardware in general. Grumpy people were expecting and announcing Palfarm or were expected when announcing Palfarm, and a smaller percentage of Pocket Pair was expected to, Bucky said. I'm surprised how many people think we wizard level developers able to make a game in 1 week, because don't forget, they announced it 1 week after Pokopia was announced. So yeah, you can't really say that they created this game in a week, because if they did, they're freaking black hat geniuses over there. Then there's a certain level of poetic irony. The same people who Pocket Pair are the same people thinking we made an entire game in 1 week. Schrodinger's Pocket Pair, I guess. We're both a slop company and capable of making entire games in 1 week, it seems. Ha! I love that. That is a great statement from that social media manager, Mr. John Bucky. I gotta give it to you. Gotta give you some clapping there. I could do this too. I could do this. I could still make noises because this isn't attached to OBS in anywhere. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. That's right. That's right. Nintendo fanboys and Nintendo, don't try to stop this company with this bullshit of they're trying to copy another game, because, like I said, Palfarm, a Palworld spinoff, just got announced 1 week after this, and I find this hilarious. Hilarious. I wonder what Nintendo's going to say, if they're going to say anything at all, because, like I said, if they try to do anything legality-wise, unless even if these developers, I don't know, it would have to take, like, some Pokemon creating people over a Game Freak and Nintendo to come from there or something, like leave Nintendo, like adversaries within the company, and come out and go work for Pocket Pair, or they were always working for Pocket Pair and they're giving them the information on what they're doing over at Game Freak so Pocket Pair can start making the games at the same time and bring them out at the same time, which sounds crazy, but you never know. But I would highly doubt that. And you know what? Like I said, this Palworld cozy game, as they like to call it, Palfarm, looks really good. It looks a lot better than that Pokemon Pokeville game. I'm just going to call it Pokeville. It looks a lot better than that game. I think that, and I'm not just saying it because I'm kind of mad at Nintendo right now, but I am mad at Nintendo. But Pokopia did not look anywhere near as good as what this Palworld Palfarm is. And even on top of it, the Pokemon I can't even say Pokeville. I keep having to go down and relook at the name because it's just so hard to remember and say. I don't know. Poketopia. Is that what it was? Pokopia. Is that am I saying it right? Pokopia. Okay. Pokopia. It's hard to say. Palfarm, easy. Palworld, Palfarm, very easy. The only thing I can say is, and I don't want this to go against Palworld or Pocket Pair or anybody over there. If you see the trailer for Palfarm, it looks a lot like the opening of Animal Crossing. They even got the Animal Crossing like text and boxes and screens and stuff. I hope this isn't outing them a little bit and people thinking, oh yeah, he's right, look, it looks like Animal Crossing a little bit, even though a lot of people are saying this is more like Harvest Moon and all those other games, which I'm like, I don't care. You know, it started up like a little bit like an Animal Crossing start to it. And even Pokeville or Poketopia looked like it took a few things from Palworld in general, with the little sleeping hay things and all that other stuff. So who knows if Nintendo's trying to rip off a little bit of Palfarm or Palworld a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of things going on over there. I'm just wondering if Nintendo's going to say anything about this, and if they do, I'd be like, what the fuck? And knowing what they're going to try to do, they're going to try to pad in a whole bunch of more bullshit, which of course is going to probably get passed because the patent systems over in Japan and here in the United States are completely fucked beyond belief. And these patent people and patent offices are completely shamelessly stupid on how they deliver patents to people and stuff like Nintendo. But all in all, I would think that hopefully Pocket Pair gets this one through, even if this game will never see the light of day on a Nintendo console, just like Palworld will never probably see the light of day on any of Nintendo's systems in the future, which they don't need. They got Xbox, they got PlayStation, they got the PC. They're good. Very excited about this game. I will definitely try to play it. Let's see here. Like I said, I want to see when this comes out. I'm not seeing anything about when this is coming out, but I hope it comes out soon. I hope it comes out sooner than later, but right now it's just planned to be released, to be announced for release. They got their Steam page here. And that's it. That's all I got for this Palworld stuff, or this Palfarm from Palworld. Like I said, it looks really good. Watch the trailer for Palworld Palfarm. It looks really cool. I like it. It looks... I'm just watching the trailer now. And I'm watching the chicken just pooping out eggs. That's really freaking crazy. I'm just watching this chicken. He's pooping out the eggs, folks. Pooping out those eggs. It's crazy. Crazy. Take a look at it. And yeah, that was the first news story. Next news story, another big news story here, at least for somebody like me, because I am a Yakuza fanboy here. And I admit it. RGG Studio Direct 2025 confirms Yakuza Kiwami 3 remake and spin-off Dark Ties, which is basically attached to Yakuza 3 Kiwami. It's both. Apparently, they said they're both in one package, so you're getting both the games. They're going to be released alongside, at least that's what I'm hearing, which is being released alongside the spin-off game Dark Ties. Let me see here. I'm trying to read here. So I'm looking up more information as I briefly paused to look at this game. So I'm looking at where it's officially being pre-ordered for Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties, which is both one together in one package. Unfortunately, as I'm seeing here, unless if you probably like get this on Steam or something, I'm not seeing this game for Xbox for PC, which is a big blow to people like me that liked it when they put out the last games on Xbox for PC, because especially when Microsoft is trying to promote the whole Xbox ROG Ally coming up, this is not something too good for Microsoft if they're not really caring too much to try to get these guys to publish for the PC version of this game. I'm guessing it's on Steam as well. I'll take a look at that pretty closely, but it is available for pre-order. It's going to be $60, $59.99, $60, and I'm checking out here on Steam. It is available on Steam for pre-order for $60 as well. It says it's coming February 11th, 2026. So that's approximately 4 months, as it says by Steam. You can get two versions. You can get the $60 version, or you can pre-order the Yakuza 3 and Dark Ties Deluxe Edition. What comes in the Deluxe Edition? Ryukyu, Gal, Gang, Legendary Lads, and and Gals pack, a customization pack, a flip phone customization set, and legendary BGM CD pack. That I'm pretty much saying just get the game itself. That's probably the only thing I would get probably for the game. Just kind of sad that they are not publishing this on Xbox for PC because, I am trying to support the whole Xbox Play Anywhere SKU, and this is not even a cloud game either. It even says here, not even playable in the cloud, which is like weird. It is weird. And I'm checking it out on everything here. It's just saying play with Xbox Series X and S, single player optimized for Series X and S, smart delivery, Xbox achievements, Xbox cloud saves. I guess this is gonna be just a pure Xbox thing. So I guess it's still good to own an Xbox right now. Surprised they're not putting it out everywhere because, like I said, why wouldn't companies put these games out everywhere? They can make money on anything, even Xbox for PC. Even if they don't, it's not like it's costing them anything more to put it out. So I just wonder why these companies sometimes go the route of, we'll put this out on everything and PC and this and that. And then the next time they're like, nah, we're going to only put it out for this console and not for PC and stuff. I don't get the reasoning behind that, but hey, I'm not a businessman. I don't know how they do business. They do it very stridently. Also, more stuff was announced and talked about over at the RGG Studio Direct 2025 conference. They announced Yakuza Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2. Pre-order the physical copies of those games so you could get those for Xbox, PlayStation 5 and stuff like that, and Steam. They didn't mention anything about Switch, but so meanwhile both Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2 are coming to Nintendo. Oh, okay, so it says right here, coming to Nintendo Switch 2 with both physical and digital editions available on November 13, 2025. So they are coming. It just doesn't show in the artwork here on the page that they're showing a Switch version of, which is weird that they're not showing the Switch version of the car. They're also coming to PC via Steam, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and a little later on December 8th, 2025. Also, there's Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is already available on the Nintendo Switch 2, but it's also coming to PC via Steam, PS5, Series X and S on December 8th, 2025, and it'll be available for both digital and physical. So they're also coming out with digital and physical versions of Yakuza 0 on everything as well, because I guess the Director's Cut has some stuff that probably wasn't in the regular Yakuza 0. I don't know. They're just trying to pump out as much Yakuza stuff as possible here. Also, they were talking about a live-action Yakuza 3. But a live-action production featuring Kazuma Kiryu is also on the way. The team is working on this. Previously worked on one of the Japanese most popular crime series, Neon Tetsu. They tried this once before with Amazon, with that Amazon Yakuza series that looked nothing too much like Yakuza or anything, and that didn't go too well, did it? No, that didn't go too well for them. So sometimes Yakuza stuff hits, sometimes it misses. And this is like a little bit of both, at least for me, because I'm like, well, I mostly play on my PC and Rogue Ally, and I also want the achievements because I'm an achievement whore. And then it's like, are we going to get this on Xbox or PC? It's a lot of flipping of the coin, up in the air kind of stuff, and this is the whole thing, and I'll talk more about this on the upcoming Games Attack podcast for Monday. And I don't know what Microsoft / Xbox is doing about these game releases and stuff going forward if you can't even get stuff like this to come out on Xbox or PC or Play Anywhere or anything like that. I don't know how they're going to get that whole wording out if they can't even get people like that. And they were working with Sega and RGG Studio a lot, and they got a lot of the whole franchise of Yakuza on Xbox for PC and, you know, all that stuff, and Play Anywhere and all that. And now it seems like that it just went all down the toilet all of a sudden, and I just don't know what's going on with that. But we can talk more about that later. This is a news thing. We got another news story coming up here, and we'll talk about that in a second. All I want to say is a little advertisement for myself here. Remember, folks, you can watch my stuff here on YouTube if you're watching this live, or not live, but pre-taped or live on youtube.com/OldFreakyGamer-2023, or you can go to my actual website. Yes, I have an actual website. Why? I don't know. I just want to put stuff up there. It's mostly stuff that it's on YouTube and other stuff. And plus my podcast is there, the Games Attack Podcast, which you can click and subscribe for free on all your major podcast apps, or listen and watch right off the site. Plus on the main page here, as you can see, you can also watch my live streams right there if you want to easily go and you don't want to go searching through Steam or through YouTube Live or twitch.tv. You could just go right to my page at oldfreakygamer.com. And I hope you enjoy it, because I put some nice work into this website. It's a nice, simple website. And I like to keep it that way. It's just fun. It's just fun to have a website. So enough about that. That's oldfreakygamer.com, folks. Now back to the news of Borderlands 4. And this is pretty sad, and this is for you Switch 2 owners, but it might help. It might help. But Borderlands 4 for Switch 2 release has been delayed. So just 10 days before it would have been released, Gearbox pushes back Borderlands 4 Switch 2 port to an undisclosed date. And I bet, even though the story's, I'm going to read the story first, but I bet. So Borderlands 4 debuted earlier this month on PC, Series X and S, PlayStation 5. However, the Switch 2 owners were supposed to get the game on October 3rd. Now Gearbox Software has delayed Borderlands 4 Switch 2 port 10 days before its release after citing a need for it to have more time in development. And I'm thinking it because of all the negativity and all the bad reviews around Borderlands 4 right now for all the main consoles and the PC version of Borderlands 4 with all the glitching, hitching, stuff like that. I think the bosses at 2K told Randy Pitchford, sir, you're gonna have to patch up these games first, and you're gonna have to make sure that Switch 2 port is up to snuff before we allow you to put that out for sale, before we put our good 2K name on that. And I bet that's what had happened. I bet you 2K just went, no, we're gonna wag our little tails right now, because, you know, Randy Pitchford, he was all like, wow, fuck all you guys. This is a perfect game. What do you, all developers? You develop your own game in your own game engines and stuff. This is a perfect game. This has all been optimized for us. You know, with his little touting thing, like he never made a mistake in his whole life and that his studio is so-called perfect. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, because I like Borderlands, and I do really want to play Borderlands 4, but I'm thinking if it's really being that glitchy and hitchy and stuff, I will wait on that. I hate to wait for stuff like that, but I will wait till it gets a little smoother, especially on PC and stuff like that, because I really want to play. You know, we played too many glitchy games, and for this to come out and be a little glitchy, I can see, and seeing all the people complain and flutter about it, and I'm like, and I even watched a few people's live streams and videos of it, and I'm like, yeah, it seems a little hitchy and glitchy, and that would get annoying at times. So, and that's a lot of because of shaders and a whole bunch of other stuff, and probably the Unreal Engine, because I guess it's made in Unreal, I would guess. I'm not going to quote that, but maybe. But actually delaying the Switch 2 port probably makes a lot of sense, because they don't want to have a a whole Cyberpunk 2077 issue going on. And yes, the game needs to be optimized, stability, all that stuff. It needs to be patched. So good on them, or good on whoever at 2K, because I doubt it was Randy himself, unless if one of his crew people said, hey, Randy, this game is needing a little bit more work. Let's not put out the Switch 2 port. So I wonder if they got a physical, or is it just the digital key copy of Borderlands 4 for the Switch 2? Because I bet it's not. I bet because they said, oh, it's only 10 days before it's been released, I bet those copies of Borderlands 4, if they had physical copies of them, which I'm sure they did, I'll look it up next time, but I would bet, because it says buy Borderlands 4, okay, I would bet that they're just digital key copies and not actual physical games on that cart. So I'm ready to believe that they're just holding back the downloads and stuff like that, and they're like, hey, don't sell this yet until whenever. It could be next year, which could happen, or before Christmas. It's either going to be before Christmas or into next year, depending on how many patches they have to do and how much optimization they have to do on the game. And like I said, I bet you they're doing it for all the major systems and PC first before they get to the Switch 2 version, because they're like, well, we didn't put out the Switch 2 version yet. We might as well do the major things that is out on now, because we don't want those people pissed off at us, because we want to make more money from them. We want them to still like Borderlands. And it could be a headache. It could be a headache, but, you know, why wasn't it fully optimized and realized out of the gate? But it's good on them for holding back on that. I wish they would have just held back on everything and then put it out at a later date. But I guess because they wanted it out now, because guess what's next year, folks? And not too far from now, May 6th or whatever it was, Grand Theft Auto, right? Was it May 6th or 22 something? Wasn't it May? I think it was May. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 6 supposedly coming out next year. In May, I think. My little brain thinks it's May. But that's not a part of the news story. But you know what else is? Tokyo Game Show tomorrow. And hopefully if I get everything straightened out, I will have another Gamez Newz Now show tomorrow if everything's working good by then. And Xbox. Announces Tokyo Game Show 2025 broadcast. Also, there's supposed to be a PlayStation showcase. That's actually today. I think that's actually happening now. So you're probably going to get some double news tomorrow if everything goes good back here. But there's supposed to be a PlayStation showcase today, showing like 35 minutes of PlayStation games, first party, third party, stuff like that. But tomorrow, Thursday, the start of the Tokyo Game Show at 6 a.m., I think it was. I was reading. It was like, 6 a.m. Eastern time here in the United States. Eastern time, or 3 a.m. PT time. Whew, that's early, because in Japan it's 7 p.m. on Thursday, September 25th. They will be showing off, Microsoft will be officially showing off and announcing everything and doing a broadcast at the Xbox Tokyo Game Show 2025. Around the globe, an event will feature titles from creative teams alongside exciting updates from our partners in Japan, across Asia, and around the world, except for saying that the Yakuza game, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties is going to be on Xbox or PC. We dropped the ball there, folks. But they're going to probably announce that Forza Horizon game that everybody's been thinking is going to happen, that Forza Horizon 6 reports, and they're thinking it's going to be in Japan, which, if it is, I will be happy for that. I cannot wait for a Forza Horizon 6 Japanese game. That will be pretty cool to drive around and do drifting in Tokyo, Japan or something. Yes, if that's what it's going to be. And I hear, I hear a lot of rumors and a lot of bunkiness that also they're going to announce that pre-orders are going to go live for the Xbox ROG Allies. And I mean allies meaning two, the original and the ROG Ally X. And that also the official pricing will be out there too. Of course, it would have to be if you're going to pre-order the thing because it's coming out next month, early next month. So kind of interesting about that. Also, we might see some Ninja Gaiden 4 stuff as well. So that'd be pretty cool. But I'm looking here. I'm looking here for other details. If there's anything else on here besides what I'm... A lot of people hands-on with the ROG Ally X, but it is coming out next month. It's supposed to come out next month around, the 16th? Well, if my calendar works. It's supposed to be out the 16th, Thursday the 16th, yes, because I got it on my calendar here. But I am interested to see what is going to happen. Like I said, Microsoft isn't doing so hot right now, even though they're the biggest publisher with games. But all the bullshit that's going on behind the scenes at Microsoft right now with all that AI bullshit, wasting a bunch of money, not really caring about Xbox as a brand at all, very much at all. And it seems like some wet farts are coming out of the Xbox division over there, even though they're trying, and they're trying to do what they can do, even though with all the mass layoffs and games shutting down and being pulled and a whole bunch of other stupid mess that should never happen if they focused more on more of the company instead of just, AI bullshit this, AI bullshit that. I'm really hoping that they can turn the tides, especially with this Xbox Play Anywhere, but they're not doing a good start of it if a lot of these games are still not coming out to be played either everywhere or at least being sold on the Xbox PC store. Because if I want to play something like the Kiwami 3 remake, whatever you want to call it, with the Dark Tides, and I can't purchase that at will on the Xbox PC store, then they got some issues, because that's a big game, and that's a game that I would like to play, not only on an Xbox, but also on my ROG Ally and stuff and PC, especially because I like doing it on my PC for streaming purposes, but I'll play it off the Xbox, but I got a PC for a reason. I got a ROG Ally for a reason. I'm going to get the new ROG Ally Xbox edition for a reason. So they got to give me a reason to get this stuff and play it. They got to give us a reason. Microsoft, you got to do better. Xbox, you got to try to force Microsoft to do better. Phil, Sarabond, guys got to do better. You got to get that company going. Got to get these games. Got to let us play all the games. Where are my games? Where are our games? Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed everything. Oh, I forgot about this whole ending bit. I hope this works out when I do this. But anyways, thank you for joining me on Gamez Newz Now. Definitely tell your friends, family, whoever, your dog, cat, mouse, any animals you might carry on your being that can use the internet to subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at OldFreakyGamer -2023 on YouTube, or just search OldFreakyGamer. Go to my website at oldfreakygamer.com and let people know about this Gamez Newz Now show. And comment below, because I got comments now. Comments now. That sounds weird as I say it in my weird voice. I got comments. Comments. You can communicate with me below the video on YouTube and let me know how you think of me, on how stupid and silly I am. And hopefully you like the show. Hopefully this little bits of Gamez Newz that I try to get And I know I'm not going to do this every day. Sometimes I'll do it a couple times a week. Sometimes I'll do it it depends on what really good news I can get out and talk about. If there's not like really good big news that comes to my interest, I will not just put out a video on just any random thing. But if there's something interesting about it, I will put out these videos randomly during the week and sprinkle them through Monday through Friday, because that's when I'll do these things. And then when I do the podcast, I'll talk about some other stuff and stuff like that. But this is the show. It's nice and simple. Nothing else going on. I keep it simple and safe. Like I said, if you want me to do something more, better, you want the show longer, whatever, or talk about more things, let me know in the comments below, or on the side, or that side, or anywhere. So again, thank you for joining me. I am Mr. Mike. This has been Gamez Newz Now, signing off for episode 2, saying game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button. This show is now game over. So, peace.